Hello everybody, today I have what's in bloom and spike for the month of May for you. So without further ado, let's get on with the video. So I've got some orchids in spike which I'm very excited to see the blooms, and so I thought I'm going to show you those ones first, and then we get through the orchids in bloom. So first of all, this Phalaenopsis Tetraspis, where is the tag? I lost the tag. And this is the Shin, Thai Shin Phalaenopsis, which is Tetraspis C1, and oh, I forgot the other parent. Anyway, this is the one that has red and white petals in the bloom, and for this year I've got 3 spike, which, as you can see, this one has branched, and I counted about 7 or 8 bloom, almost buds, almost ready to open up this season, as you can see. So I'm very excited about this one. I'll definitely make sure to update you in this beautiful Phal, so you can see what a beautiful bloom it has. It's a reliable bloomer. It blooms every year for me, and in summertime, and this is the time to, you know, she's just in time for summer blooming. Next I have this Phalaenopsis, which is Bellina, Ceroulia times by Tetraspis C1. This one didn't bloom last year, but it bloomed the year before, and this year it has 2 beautiful buds, which are fragrant blooms, and they look like very much look like Phalaenopsis violacea. So I was expecting like Tetraspis, it would be like 1 petal white and 1 petal red or something like that, but it's not, and it's all purpley, pinkish purpley color, but we'll see when it opens. But it has a nice fragrance. Next one, I have this little miniature dendrobium, which is Dendrobium Moniliform, Japanese dendrobium. I'm very excited about this one. The other day I saw these nubbing coming up, which I'm hoping and assuming these are the bloom spike. I know sometimes dendrobium can develop keikis, but I hope they are blooms, it's not keikis, but we'll see in the next few months. And this is my first time bloomer, so I'm not sure if those would be keiki or bloom. As you can see, just underneath the here is 1, so there's 3 in that one, few in this one, but unfortunately I can see some root coming out of one of them, so I'm guessing it might be keiki, but I don't know. This is the first time bloomer for me, that's why I'm not sure, but I was hoping for bloom because I really like this dendrobium, miniature dendrobium. It's lovely size, small, and the blooms are supposed to be fragrant, so I was looking forward to this to be bloom. I'm hoping it still. Next one, I have this Darla Chantilly Lace Twinkle, which is the parents of one of the parents of Laelia Evanagara apple blossom, I think, and this one is in beautiful bud. It bloomed for me last year as well, and I missed it as well. This one I actually found it out while it was almost going. So now this year I found it earlier, so I can show you the progress of the spike and the bloom hopefully later on. It's a reliable bloomer, an easy bloomer for me. It's I have this orchid for 3 years now, and it's been blooming. First year it came with a bloom spike, and then second year bloomed, and this year blooming as well in a new growth. And it's in leca, so it's easy to grow in leca as well. Beautiful new roots, root tips. If you can see the green root tip in there. Okay, so these are the orchids in bud or spike, and I'm going to show you the orchids in bloom now. So first of all, I want to show you this big orchid. Is Calanthe, if I'm pronouncing it right. Calanthe. So I bought it as Calanthe mix. So I wasn't sure about the color of the bloom. As you can see, it's not my favorite color. It's a very washed off color, brownish color, but it blooms easily and reliably every year, and I just keep it outside in the garden, and honestly I don't do anything for it. It's just been rained on, and I can see one slug coming out from my garden, and it just blooms easily, so easy in this you know, in our environment, in my garden. It needs the cold to do the flowering spike. So every year with new growth comes a spike inside, or I don't know, on the side of a new growth. So this is a new growth, and that's the bloom spike coming out of it. So every new growth, almost, except this one. So there was 3 new growths this year and 3 spike. So very easy, easy terrestrial orchid. It's in compost, just normal compost with a lot of perlite and some pebble on top. That's it, and it just grows like a weed. It's very easy orchid, terrestrial orchid, and this was my first terrestrial orchid, and it's been neglected a lot, as you can tell, because it's outside. I don't see it as much, but it just grows away. The bloom are nice. I can't tell you they're my favorite, but they're nice. I mean, I would have liked if it was a more vibrant color, such as, I don't know, purple or yellow or colors like that, but still a nice orchid. So this is Calanthe, terrestrial orchid. Next I have my Dendrobium Roy Takanaga. I've done so many videos on this one, on this orchid, and it's been in bloom for such a long time, and still blooms are good. So I've heard, or I read somewhere that it can last up to 6 months. So I can tell you this was in bloom since mid-November last year. So December, January, and December, and it's almost 6 months now, but it's not even slowing down. So at the moment it's in bloom. Roy Tokunaga. I link the Carecollab that I did for this, and also a spotlight for this orchid down below for you. If you haven't seen it, please go and check. It's a very easy orchid to grow and bloom for me easily, and at the moment it's working on 2 new growths. One is here, this one, and the other one is this new growth. Yeah, these 2 at the moment, but yeah, grows very well for me, and it bloomed this year for the first time, and such a long-lasting bloom. Next, just wanted to show you my NOID Phal, pink Phal, which has Schilleriana as a parentage, and one of my viewers identified this as Jiaho girl, something like that. But it's a beautiful orchid, Phalaenopsis hybrid, and it smells like a rose. So you can tell from the leaf and the smell of the bloom and the shape of bloom that definitely Phalaenopsis schilleriana is one of the near parents of this beautiful orchid, and it's in bloom. Almost all of the buds except one of them has opened up. So beautiful. I love this one. It's been in bloom for a long time as well. I think from December maybe started opening. Next, another NOID excuse me, another NOID mini Phal. This one is from IKEA, and it's my purple mini Phal. It's in Leca, and it's in beautiful bloom still. No sign of, I mean, some of the blooms have dropped, but most of it's still nice. And there's 2 branches, I'm guessing, and they're still green, so they might branch and they might produce bud once these have probably faded. So I love these mini Phals because they don't take up so much space, and they look very nice and cheery, and they bloom for you for a long time. And the last but not least is my beautiful Borancy black Comet. As you can see, I've done a spotlight for this beautiful orchid. It's been in bloom for 1.5 months, I think, or even more. And there's 2 more buds to go, so there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 beautiful bloom, and 2 more to go, so 8 blooms. Beautiful bloom, and they are fragrant, and yeah, rosy fragrance, and rose and vanilla mixture. It's not very powerful, but you can definitely smell it. and it grows in semi-hydro setup with lots and lots of beautiful roots. And there is this new beautiful new growth which is maturing, and I'm hoping to get more blooms this year or next year with a new growth. So yeah, as you can see, it's got some happy sap on the outside of the blooms, which is sometimes happens in some orchids. But anyway, it's very easy orchid to grow and bloom, and it just needs a lot of water, that's it, and it blooms easily for you. So highly recommended, this orchid. I've done a spotlight again for this orchid, and I can link that down below. So if you want to know more about this orchid and care about it, you can check that out. But for now, just enjoy the blooms. Okay, so I think that's it for now, for all my orchids in bloom and spike, and for this month. And I'm looking forward to those buds that I showed you. Hopefully next month some of them would be open and we can check them together. So if you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe for more updates on my orchids and my other plants, including house plants, African violet, and also vegetables that I'm growing in my allotment. So please go ahead and subscribe, and if you enjoyed this video, please give this video a thumbs up. It helps with the statistics and also encourages me to produce more videos like this. Thank you very much, and I'll talk to you later. Bye for now. Just a quick add up to the what's in bloom in May. I forgot to bring this Dendrobium NOID to the table. Just wanted to show you the blooms are opening, but it will be in bloom probably next month, so I can show you then as well. But this is the second excuse me, flash of this is the second flash of blooming for this Dendrobium, and as I said before, this new cane has got into blooming as well because of I don't know, cold spell that we had in April time, and it developed lots of buds that are in bloom now. So yeah, really that's it this time, and I hope you've enjoyed this section, and yeah, I'll talk to you later. Bye.